Thank you for staying with us. It is the mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Time check is 8:42 a.m. It's time for Mainland Focus. And this is the part where you get to be a part of the conversation. You share your thoughts, your contribution, your own analysis, your submission as regards the focal point or points of the day. For today, of course, the hottest story or the hottest, conversation right now is the oil conversation. Pump price, Dangote, NNPCL, NMDPRA, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale, and the President. All of them, all eyes on them as regards what Nigerians are going through. The OPS is saying, this is, of course, definitely going to affect production costs. And then, of course, we have to push the production costs to the consumers, thereby eroding purchasing power and, of course, driving up inflation in the country. And the same as civil society organizations as well, because, of course, fuel is a driving factor in our economy. So and that is why we need to have this conversation and put more information out there in order for you to be well informed, properly informed as regards what is going on and what is expected of the oil sector. All right, my name still remains Omobola Sandra, and I still have Fuad Sahid with me via the phone line. And the focal point this morning is the major headline on the front pages of Vanguard and the Punch newspaper. And of course, that is pump price of petrol up third time in 60 days as crude price drops. Okay, and putting this against the headline. A headline on the front page of the Guardian newspaper: petrol consumption hovers at 50 million litres per day amid deregulation and smuggling. And that's coming from NMDPRA. So as we all know, the pump price of petrol has gone up. In Lagos, it has gone from 998 naira per litre to 1,025 naira per litre. And that's for NNPCL. We're not even talking about the retail. The independent marketers. We're not even talking about the independent marketers yet, okay? And that's NNPCL. And in Abuja, of course, it has gone up from 1,030 naira to 1,016 naira. This is the third time we're going to be experiencing a price hike, in about 2-3 months now. And this is even as crude price in the global market has gone down, all right, from $78 to $72, which is supposed to be some sort of relief, for us. But of course, the value of our naira has eroded whatever relief that we are expecting from that particular drop. And then, we also have the conversation as regards the naira for crude. The president has assured that the naira for crude conversation is still in place, but Dangote, on one hand, is saying, stop importation. I have what it takes to supply all of your needs. I currently have 500 million litres in reserve. Okay, so all you have to do is bring your trucks and make your pickup. Why are we still having a conversation as regards, importation when we have the Dangote refinery? And also the question around the fact that, the Port Harcourt refinery was supposed to have come on stream in August. This is October. October is coming to an end, will come to an end by tomorrow. We're moving into November. And NNPCL, NMDPRA has been mum as regards whether or not we should still expect any sort of activity from the 4 national refineries. So we're asking this question: what do you make of the latest development of the new petrol prices? What do you think could have been the rationale behind this? Dangote is in an oil producing country. Dangote is getting crude from the oil producing country in naira, even though it is still, reflect global price, which is what I mentioned earlier, that it is no longer $78 per, it is now 72, which is supposed to, bring some sort of relief. But of course, what do you make of the latest development of new petrol prices? And what do you say to the concerns that have been raised by the organized private sector? Fuel price would lead to increased production costs because, of course, we still have power problems. A lot of manufacturing, organizations have decried the power sector is giving them a serious issue. So a lot of them have now come to an alternative, which is the fuel and transport costs, logistics, and so many things, which they have to now push to the consumers because they have to look at quality. And so the consumers will now struggle to make purchases. So what do you say to the concerns raised by the organized private sector? What about statements from Dangote that NNPCL marketers should stop importing petroleum products as he has the capacity to meet their domestic needs? And that is according to Alhaji Aliko Dangote. I'm not saying that, that's what he said.
Producers, I have a refinery. I'm not in the business of retail. If I'm in the business of retail, then you hold me responsible. But what I'm saying is that the retailers should please come forward and pick. If they don't come forward and pick, what do you want me to do? That's nothing that I can do. So I am expecting either NNPC or the marketers to stop importing. They should come and collect. We have what they need. And, as they remove, I will be pumping. I don't know whether you understand what it takes to keep 500 million liters inside our tank. It's costing me money. Every day, if I will be able to collect the naira, I can actually charge somebody 32% in interest. So right now, that's what I'm losing. And you are talking about 500 billion. We don't print money. But the issue is that if they come and collect, then you will not see any queues in the filling stations. We have what it takes for them to come and collect. We are not retailers. We also don't have trucks to send. We have a factory where we can load. If they come and pick, they will go and distribute. And they've been doing that with importation. So if they have been doing that with importation, if it's true they are doing 55 million, I see no reason why they won't come and collect our own and distribute. As we speak today, we have 500 million liters, in our tanks. So 500 million liters in our tanks, even if there's no production from anywhere or no imports, this will take the country more than 12 days, with no imports, with no production, with nothing. So we are very ready. We are more than ready. And, I'm also putting my own name on the line by giving Mr. President that, yes, we will be able to supply the market, minimum 30 million per day, and we'll be ramping up. So we're ready.
All right, that's the voice of Alhaji Aliko Dangote as regards, giving assurances that his refinery, his 20 billion, refinery has what it takes to supply our local needs. And so we need to stop importation so that he can, or sell what he has in stock and then create space for new, refined products. All right. So that's why we're asking the question as regards, what about statements by Dangote that NNPCL and marketers should stop importing petroleum products as he has the capacity to meet our domestic needs and demands. Now, as regards our domestic needs, NMDPRA is saying that petrol consumption hovers at 50 million liters per day. And what would you say as regards the 50 million liters daily consumption figures? For a long while, that has been highly debated. That's the fuel consumption of the country, the daily consumption in the country. Some few months ago, it was 66 million liters. 66 million liters daily consumption. A few months ago, it was 44. It dropped to 44, which was understandable due to the fact that, with the high cost of PMS, people are now dropping their cars and would rather, take the public transport. But now we are seeing it go back up to 50 million. I don't know. In less than a year, 3 times our daily consumption has gone up and down and up and down. So what would you say to the 50 million liters consumption? Yes, because what we have here is marketers and smugglers may be finding the cross-border smuggling into neighboring countries attractive despite the increase in pump price as daily truck out of products soar to 20 million liters. Now, with this scarcity of PMS in the country, with motorists still queuing, despite the price increase, PMS consumption, we dropped to 41 liters in August, moved to 43 in September, and is now 50 million liters in October. All right. So what are your thoughts as regards that the daily consumption figures? What about the conversation around the drop in global crude oil prices as against the rise in price of PMS again in less than a month? As I mentioned earlier, from $78 to $72, one would expect that we're supposed to get some sort of relief. But we can't get relief, of course, due to many factors, one of which is the value of our naira. But this is an oil-producing country, and the president has affirmed that the naira for crude sale deal to Dangote still stands. So why do we have an increase in the pump price of petrol? So these are the angles we are looking at this morning. I'll start with side Fouad, and then we'll move on to the phone line. Fouad, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Sandra. That was well detailed. Remember that even when we were not completely sure of our capacity to grow rice locally to meet up our local demands, we banned importation of rice. Just to help our local farmers, help local rice farmers. We see Ghana to intervene. We created the Anchor Borrowers Fund again, basically talking about growing what we eat, right? Why must we be giving our monies to Thailand, India, and all of these people producing rice, since we can also ramp up our capacity to produce rice locally? So why can't we refine what we consume when it comes to petroleum products? Now that we have a refinery that is telling us, look, I have the capacity to meet your local needs, your demands, if you understand what I'm saying. And I'm sure people are going to come again with this so-called conversation of energy security. Remember when Farouk told us that Dangote just wanted to monopolize everything, for energy security, we shouldn't allow that to happen. We have to still continue to import. In fact, the ones who are importing are even better, than his products. The marketing a local industry. There was no consequence for that statement, if you remember. That's a man that should have been fired immediately for that reckless statement. If we give you are committed, to nation building when it comes to supporting local industries. But he went away with that. And look, that statement was not made anywhere else in the country. It was made right there at the seat of power. So you should know what that means. Again, the easiest way to ensure energy sufficiency or energy security, as they will argue, is not to use importation to compete with local production. Sandra, the easiest way to ensure energy security and fight a possible monopoly from Dangote is to fix our foreign refineries. Use local production to compete with local production. Sandra, not to use importation to compete with local production. And you say you are going anywhere with that. If you ensure that you can fix your foreign refineries, support other people too. Remember that, if you remember when we were also reviewing the story of local refiners, who say that the reason why banks are not financing is that there's no guarantee that if they finance, they will get crude oil supply in naira. That they are just waiting for that guarantee. And that's the reason why a lot of them cannot even activate their licenses. So the question is simple, Sandra, because at the end of the day, we wake up in another 1 month to hear the prices of petroleum products or PMS particularly have gone up again. Because what we are hearing now is that, look, it's not a matter of demand and supply. If you understand what I'm saying. So the reality is, these people who are importing these petroleum products into the country, in whose interest? If Dangote is telling you it has over 500 million liters, in his reserve, that can take us 10-12 days if he doesn't even produce at all. So, at the end of the day, you see, Sandra, the box still stops at the desk of the president. And all of this conversation we are having, it goes back to the commitment of the president to fulfilling his promise to Nigerians of bringing down the price of the product. Unless that was just a vague promise that was made on the campaign ground without any intention to really fulfill it. And that would be very, very unfortunate. Sandra, we have what it takes. We are an oil-producing nation. We should not be in this mess. We can always have our own local arrangements to help the most poor and vulnerable in the country. We can't just leave everybody to the dictates of a very corrupt so-called market forces. So at the end of the day, this is where we are. We are hoping, praying that the president would do whatever it takes, to fulfill his promise of bringing down the price of this product. The implications are there for us as Nigerians. Inflation is going to go up again. And as we continue to do this, you continue to see that gap between our fiscal and monetary policies. That's why nothing that the CBN is doing is working. On a daily basis, the naira keeps losing value against the dollar. Unfortunately, the figures are not nice, Sandra. Our currency is rated today as one of the worst performing currencies in the world. People are saying that smuggling is now thriving to neighboring countries. Do you know why it will thrive? because their currencies are getting stronger than us. So it all becomes more cheaper for them to buy those smuggled products. If you understand what I'm saying. Don't you know it's getting cheaper for them? In Cotonou now, 1,000 naira will give you about 360 sepa. So don't you think the smuggling will try? Because it is even cheaper for them to buy those smuggled products as we continue to devalue and lose the strength in our own local currency. So at the end of the day, that's why we are saying that, look, when you want to work on the monetary and fiscal policy, there must be convergence. You must look at the wider implication. And you must begin to see everything. It has to be holistic. But again, this is where we are. We have run into this trouble. We have to get out of it. Mr. President has to do the right thing. It's just very important for him to pay attention to these things and show more commitment to fixing this problem. God bless Nigeria, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Saidford. Appreciate your, submission. Well thought. Thank you. Now the phone line is open. If you'd like to share your thoughts as regards the focal point, which is of course the oil price. Let's have a conversation. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call to join the conversation. We are live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. So you can also drop your comments in the live chat section on both platforms and we'll take them as the show progresses. That's on Facebook and YouTube. Now, you can also drop WhatsApp messages on 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. That's for WhatsApp messages. Also for, you can listen to the program on the Radio Garden app. Just download it on your phone and search for Milan 98.3 FM and you are good to go. For those who will be calling in, you have just 2 minutes, and please let's stick within the 2 minutes that's allotted to each caller. I would appreciate if you can respect that so we can take as many submissions as possible on the platform for today. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You're on to Mainland Focus. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Sandra. And thank you.
Can you please turn off your radio set?
Okay.
Thank you.
Am I okay to go?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Dangote made a mistake.
Your name, sir?
Badamosi.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he made a mistake.
Okay.
He's acting naively. He's not very... He has been there for long. I think he should have acquired the retail business before going into refining.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, are you getting me?
Please come again.
I said Dangote would have acquired the distributive channel at the bottom level. That is the vertical or horizontal integration, and then go up to get a refinery. He didn't do that. He didn't do for drilling. He's caught up in the middle, begging the federal government to give him crude, begging the retailers to come and pick. I mean, it's in a big mess. It's a mess. I think he should go into franchise now and try to buy out majority of the filling stations. That is franchising. We can go into franchising. That begging them to come and collect. It's losing a lot of money every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's for Dangote to... that's a decision for Dangote.
My friend Fuad, how is he doing?
As well, thank you. Please carry on.
Yeah. Okay, this is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Mende, Maryland. You see, on this issue of constant increase in the price of petroleum, my own personal opinion, quite unequivocally, is that it requires a lot of sincerity if we want to get out of this logjam. Because when people's self-interest is made to overshadow the interest of the whole nation, then you have a big problem. We cannot move forward. I and you can't do anything about this problem. It is those who are in the position, the willingness to do so, in the interest of the suffering poor masses of Nigeria. If I'm the president of Nigeria today, this problem will disappear. Because the interest of the people will be paramount. You know, I'm prepared to sacrifice my life for these suffering masses of Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say is, Mr. President Bola Tinubu should please step into this logjam. The moment he decides that he wants the problems to disappear, we will have nothing to say tomorrow about price increase and all these things.
All right.
But yes, he should allow the national interest to overrule, supersede the self-interest, because he has interest in the oil industry. He's a big player in the oil industry.
Thank you.
You know, Wando. Yeah, please don't. With all due respect, I'm a minister.
You know, you, Barrister Peter, I'm telling you that your 2 minutes is up.
Oh, okay. Sorry, but I'm sure that is what I'm saying. I'm sure that if Mr. Tinubu decides to solve all these problems,
thank you.
The first thing is for him to resign as Minister of Justice.
He's not even.
Hello, good morning.
How did we get? Okay. Good morning.
Can you hear me very well?
I will try. Please carry on.
Okay. Thank you. The president will have gone 3 times before 2 years in Nigeria.
Okay, I can't hear you. Hold on, Comrade Koboko. I can barely hear you. The call is very muffled.
But I'm hearing you very, very clear. I'll make you do something for now.
It's very possible. You're welcome to call back. Of course, we would, accommodate you calling back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sunday.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Sunday. I'm calling from Ikeja.
You're welcome, Mr. Sunday.
Yes. What I want to say is that we shouldn't say the president is not aware or the president does not know what actually is happening in the oil sector. And if we as a citizen and we are thinking like this, that means that we are far beyond the poverty level we are experiencing now. And I want to say this just for once. From now, December, by the next 2 months or 1 month and a half, Nigeria will be buying fuel at 1,500 per liter. And I'm not surprised because that is where we are heading to. If you go to the filling stations and investigate now, you see where one will be buying fuel at 1,080 naira, 1,025 naira. And this has been an increase on hike of price gradually, and it has not reduced. So we shouldn't look as if the president is not aware. He's aware of what he's doing. And what I see in this is the president and their presidency and the groups, they are into a business. The politicians did not come for the citizens. They are not after what they can do for Nigerians. And I want us to get this clear. It's either the best option for us, the time he removes the refinery subsidy, the best option should start climbing at that moment by fixing one of the refineries. And I remember when Fuad was talking about fixing a refinery will take you 2-3 years. So now, if you can, from a year plus that is entered now, you should have started thinking fast as a president to do that which is right. But unfortunately, he has decided to do what he feels like, that he came in and he wants to do what he feels like, not for Nigerians. So I'm only urging Nigerians now, we should just get prepared that the worst is coming. We shouldn't expect anything good from the government because they are not ready to fix the refinery, and the Dangote group company that we are clamoring for. It's not a personal business. It's like the name implies, a group company. There are people who are involved in that company, and they are the government positions. They are the one who stock all our money that they've been borrowing for so many years. Where have you seen any development in Nigeria since when they have been borrowing money? Have you asked yourself that question? So the money is being pushed there. and whatever they told him, that's what you do. So we shouldn't be biased and be hiding issues that are necessary that the citizens need to know about it.
All right.
So stop that. We should know where the people we are dealing with.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, we decided to be using a tip to gather our common.
To hear you clearly and use of your phone so we can hear you clearly. And 98.3 saying, good morning. Priorities and shady behavior in the oil sector. What is the way out? Who is going to make a statement as always, at least for now, to give Dangote the best way? This man's main problem about state governors that depend solely on allocating them. You have more than a ready market. Why can't they decide that, okay, I want my state to produce, Sandra, how much revenue that will generate for the state? Thank you very much, Dolapo from Paja. Prices, Dangote and all. I think we just need to admit to ourselves that our president is not quite in charge. Yes, he may still imagine himself to be the petroleum minister and indeed the president, but in reality, he does not seem to be the one calling the last shot here. With Dangote refinery right in our midst, the supply of petrol would remain a political establishment. Akin Adigun from Ian Coastal Petroleum. And as far as Dangote, when he said he will mix the name of Nigeria and petrol, all was trying to is monopolize the industry. While has not been helping matters by not stating how much it cost him to produce 1 liter of petrol. If he doesn't want to tell us his unit cost because it is his private business, he should know as far as petrol price is concerned. May God bless the good people of Nigeria. Amen.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Petroleum increase. To me, the moment not aggravating their problem, almost getting to half of its tenor. Not only one problem. Petroleum is one versus one. You see, we need to call it a spade a spade. Like I said, we need a president that will hold the bull by the horn. An intelligent president. A president that will behave as a president. Because I believe nobody is above presidents in this country. Look at what Dangote said. Dangote said he has that capability of producing what we need as far as Nigeria is concerned. Some people in NNPCL bet in importing products. So what are we now saying? And our president is looking. There's no day, according to Fᴜᴜ, there's no day our president mentioned about resuscitating our refinery. So there's a conspiracy. Period, no more than that. Conspiracy within our president and these people for the detriment of Nigeria. We need to say it. We don't expect that from President Tinubu. He has to do something for us. We have one good refinery. And look, let me give you an example. In South Africa, the moment crude oil fall, they decrease, the price of petroleum product on their farm. Go and ask. Once there's a downfall on crude oil, the price of petroleum fall, on the retail market. So what are we talking about? They're just garbaging us in this country. So, Mr. President, we are translating this issue to you. You are almost half of your tenor. You have not shown us that you are in charge. You have that capacity to rectify our problem. So what are we saying? Okay. So that is the problem. Let me just solve that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Subera. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir.
Where my Ghana?
He's here.
Good morning, sir.
Carry on, Mr. Kangbilina.
Wow. I was surprised when Dangote was saying that they should not be importing fuel again. They should be buying from him. I don't see any sense in what he's telling us. Because I believe that Dangote and this present government that is punishing us, they are all sleeping in one bed. Nobody is prepared to help us. You did refinery and everything is here in Nigeria. Yes. The moment your fuel came out, it became 1,000 something.
Is that on Dangote?
I'm telling you of Dangote, yes.
Do you think the increase, the hike, you think it's Dangote that caused
Let me tell you. If it's not, I know Dangote that he's the one that exposed the Malta refinery stuff. So if he can expose that, tell us the price that you want to sell. Tell us that this is my price. They are producing everything in Nigeria here. Tell us that this is my price. So that we all know that, okay, the problem is coming from this. As far as he's not ready to tell us, which means they're in the same meeting. You understand? And some people are saying that
okay.
This thing is the price will get to 1,005.
Look, go to the east. Sandra,
Yes, sir.
go to the east. I was in the east recently. I bought for 1,800 to put in my car. 1,800 in the filling station.
Yes.
So what are you telling me? Look, those people who told us last year to go and vote in our state, I hope they have their own filling station that they are buying. No? It is, in fact, they are seeing it. They are seeing the pepper. It's not only me. Plus the people who say I should not vote, I should go to my state, they are seeing it too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kangbelina. I appreciate your thoughts. You are welcome into the studio side, Fad.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for having me.
Well, Mr. Ochuko, our papi here in the office, traveled, some 2 weeks ago, and he lamented the cost of price,
transport,
in those places that it's actually even way more expensive than
all this 1,050 there, 1,060. Is here in Lagos and Abuja. Even if you go into Ogun State, the interior parts, you're probably going to be talking about 1,003, 1,004. So if you go to the north, go to the east.
1819.
So it's us in Lagos that are talking about so.
All right, this is the Milan 98.3 FM. We have some messages on Facebook. Let's just quickly take them. I don't know what Tochukwuti Adili means with almost 4 different messages here, but it's fine. You're welcome, sir. Appreciate your contribution. Odofin Oladimeji is saying NNPC is like a man with 4 wives running after a street girl. Let's say, Dangote is a street girl. Side chick. Why are you stressing your side chick when you have wives at home? Anyways, neglecting our 4 refineries and running to Dangote, for me, let Dangote slash the PMS. Let's see if
they are not even running to Dangote now. They have now even abandoned Dangote.
Left him. Look at that. I think, and that's Odofin Oladimeji. Then we have Olanrewaju Olan's Shegun is saying, I think Dangote should come out clean with his price, because if his price is cheaper compared to imported ones, I don't see any reason why retailers would prefer importing to sourcing for it locally. And then we also have Ralph War AGK. Good morning. In a country where rice is contraband, federal government still imports rice to share as palliatives, but cannot allow their citizens to cross border and bring it themselves. Please, is this not wickedness? It seems this government is intentionally bringing hardship to our people. Ralphie AGK sharing that one on Facebook. Kabiru Adegbenro is also saying, good morning. To me, the president has to do the right thing by bringing down the petrol of price because he promised us during his campaign. He has no excuses at all. And God bless my country. And that's Kabiru Adegbenro.
Promise don't change. Now it's now CNG or nothing.
Muhammad Ali is saying, Naira, among the worst performing currency in the world, the present administration, if not the worst performing administration, probably. What else do you want us to say? Well, solutions. That's what we want you to say. Chris Ewalen is saying, good morning. I keep saying on this platform, Dangote is not the president of Nigeria. Neither is he the minister of petroleum. It's a shame that an oil-producing country like Nigeria should rely on Dangote for survival. The president is a lot of things that he typed. Why is he not talking about fixing the 4 refineries? Why is the president bent on inflicting more pains by not kickstarting the repair of the refineries? Until we start refining our crude oil locally, this suffering will continue. But Dangote is offering a solution. And Akpabio and all these other people, Tajuddin Abbas, all of them, Benjamin Kalu, they were all at the government, NNPCL and Dangote Muhammadu Buhari, that it will eventually into the World Guinness Book of Records.
I agree.
God bless Nigeria. Temitope Anotoye from Ijagemo on Facebook.
Always brilliant with his submissions. Always.
Christopher Efyong is saying, the problems that's confronting the oil sector is very simple to solve. It's all about corruption. Until Mr. President deploys political will to deal with corruption, he will never end corruption in the oil sector. He has all it takes to end it. He must have the political will to look at his colleagues or his friends face to face and tell them enough is enough. You cartel, you mafia and cabals out of my government so that I can give my people governance. As a minister of petroleum, let him take decision to stop importation of fuel and go back, look on how he can fix the refinery. Meanwhile, let him enter into an agreement with Dangote. Ask Dangote to stop exporting any of his products to outside country until Nigeria refinery is fixed.
The man is ready to supply the local market. I don't know. This is a man that even looking at Ghana, because it's not easy for him to take it to Europe actually. So it's not a matter of him working with the local market. So, it's just
as
that's not a
Nigerian
problem.
government stop importation of rice in Nigeria, let them do the same for fuel. This country must work. Let the president lead us to the road of production. God bless Nigeria. Let's go back to the phone line. 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
John from Mogba.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Fuadu, to me it seems as if it's not. It seems it's quite clear that there's a conspiracy theory between Dangote, NNPC, and the president. Honestly, why is it that Dangote has not been able to come out and talk about at least the price that he's willing to sell, or is offering marketers and NNPC? Why is he not coming out to tell us the price, that this is a particular price that I have fixed to? So for us to know who to blame as regard the escalating of this fuel prices, why is he not telling us that this is the amount of price I'm selling to the public, or I'm selling to marketers? Why is he not telling us?
But remember, Mr. John, there was a time he told you that while he was trying to bring down the price of diesel to around 900, some people wrote to the president to say, look, this man is spoiling our business with his price.
Okay, he was trying to. I agree with you. Some people ran to the president, and that's a pointer to the fact that I don't want to say anything that is unpleasant on radio, but we are in a deep problem. Honestly, a very big problem, because I see the price of this fuel going up to 1,857 in Lagos, and we that are in business, we are not finding it very easy here. Honestly, is this the best the president can offer us? Before, I have so much respect for him, like I've been saying, because of his political sagacity. But to me now, I don't know.
It's okay.
With his level of caliber in politics,
it's okay.
And exposure in.
It's okay.
No, wow. I don't expect this from president. Honestly, it disappoints me
It's okay.
a whole lot.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I disappointed also. It's okay. What SMH 0913 Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sandra. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ogami Fuad. Good morning,
Good morning, sir.
Nigerians, we've been talking right from subsidy gone up to today. Instead of 괰ᴏᴏᴡ, no way. A president Tinubu, I will give you 24 hours electricity. I will make sure you don't pay estimated bill again. Fuel price, they carry everything high. Timbawole, Magbewole. Nigerians, you see where we are now? Do you have electricity? You don't still pay estimated bill? See, I'm looking at one thing. That's why I'm laughing. All this lamentation, we have been lamenting right from when he came to power. Instead of anything coming down, it's going up on daily basis. This is how we will be talking English, speaking grammar, speaking Yoruba. This is about going to try Yoruba. At the end of the day, nothing comes down. Nigerians are still suffering. Oil producing nation, for that matter. How are Qatar is living? The people of Qatar, how do they live? UAE, how do they live their life? Saudi Arabia, other countries, Angola, that are producing oil, how do their citizens? Why are these people punishing us? Because that's the way I'm looking at it. Okay, you take the light in importing fuel. You want to kill the one that we have here. Our 4 refineries have been killed, and the 괰ᴏᴏ then I'll give you 4 new refineries. 8 years, you never even repair one. And Tinubu came in 1 year and 5 months now. He never even repair one. They keep him. When I asked the question that day, that they let me ask Tinubu, is he coming as a businessman to do business for himself, or is he coming to save Nigeria? He's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I told us that I know what Abiola told us. I worked with Abiola for 15 years in ICT. That was why I supported that man and stood by that man. When he said, I will let you know how much oil we produce every day, and I will give you day-to-day accounts of oil. And today, Tinubu has benefited from Abiola's sacrifice and is punishing Nigerians. He did not give us this type of governance.
Thank you.
Organic advise us again, Nigerians, go and take care of yourself till 2027. God will save us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I also need advice now.
Hello?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mother Sandra. Emeka is speaking.
You're welcome, sir. Please.
2027, let Nigerians wash their eyes. We are suffering now. Suffering is too much outside. Come outside and see what people are suffering. Let us, let this one be a lesson to us for 2027. Let us, everybody come out and make sure that we remove somebody who doesn't want progress of this country. Progress of poor people. People are suffering too much. So 2027, let us suffer for now. 2027, God will help us. But 2027, let Nigerians open eye and put somebody who is young, somebody who is not a young man who can take care of this country.
Thank you, Mr.
We don't time for old people. We don't time for them. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emeka. But God forbid that we have to wait till 2027 before we call for change as regards,
the plights of the poor people.
Thank you. It's very important for us to keep talking. All right. 0913600410. Time check right now is 9:30 a.m. and you're on to Mainland Focus. And the focus for this morning is the pump price of petrol has gone up the third time in 60 days. What are your thoughts and what do you say as regards the fact that Dangote is calling for an end to importation as he and his refinery has what it takes to attend to the daily consumption needs of Nigeria? Let's have a conversation. Let's take some messages from WhatsApp. We'll be back to the phone line in a bit because we have quite a number of them. I have here Stephen Akinbishola from Ijegun. Since the infamous announcement by the president that subsidy is gone, the economy has been on a standstill. Hundreds of Nigerians are dying of hunger on a daily basis. Manufacturing companies are moving in droves to neighboring countries. Now, Dangote has promised Nigeria to supply our local needs. For how long are we going to continue to import PMS? Did the government know that this massive importation is akin to the downfall of our Naira? How can we strengthen the Naira with this manner of massive importation? If Nigerians continue to lament from now till thy kingdom come, as is what is happening in the oil industry, nothing will happen. It is now a taboo for anybody to call for a protest for fear of being charged for treason in the country. Let Nigerians stay at home, boycott the fuel filling stations for now until the Minister of Petroleum, that is the President, explain to us what is going on in the oil industry, because the more you look, the less you see. Is it a curse to be a Nigerian? We're all fed up with these anti-people policies of this present administration. Stephen Akibishola from Ijegun. What about those that make money on a daily basis and they have to feed on a daily basis?
Not easy to boycott. People have to do. If I boycott, I won't be here today. If everybody boycotts, you want everybody to sit at home.
We'll play music for you. Well, thank you very much.
We understand your sentiments and your
desperate measures calls for, or desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Yeah.
We also have here Victor Igbokwe from Ikeja. He's saying, for there's no crisis anywhere in the oil sector except lack of sincerity and honesty on both government and Dangote. They are both working in partnership to continue to rip off Nigerians. The interests of Nigerians are never in their agenda. Hence, everything they've been doing is shrouded in secrecy, no transparency whatsoever. Nigerians, is this the kind of change you were promised in 2015? I ask. Victor Igboke sharing that one. I also have here Michael Manifest Oshironya from Shasha. The kind of economic policy the government adopts can improve the life of the people. The government must take control, subsidize all the energy sector to make it available and affordable, and not the private sector. Okay. I hope I got that correctly, as you wanted. Yes, as you put it. Also, we have here, good morning. The fuel issue is becoming bad. The same government always tell us that the world don't need fuel, and still they keep on increasing fuel for the common man. Please, President Tinubu should not share rice this time, as he has increased fuel again. Isioma from Abule. That's the one that is, going to pain her. If with this increase now, then that's that sharing rice.
I think the rice sharing has reduced or stopped. Nobody really talks about rice sharing anywhere. Because I think they've suddenly realized that it's just a misnomer, really, to begin to talk about rice when we talk about the price of PMS. Well, what can rice do, really?
Good morning. It is clear now that some cabals do not want this country to grow. No wonder the 4 refineries can never see the light of day. It's also clear that the marketers jointly his price. Ifeanyi from Asheshe.
$20 billion investment, lose, having this product without selling.
In the reserve.
Just there.
Also, we have here Prince from Ojo Alaba. It's unfortunate that nobody and no tribe wants to talk loud or shout. People are just lamenting like the proverbial weeping prophet. He said quite a lot, My simple message, power belongs to God. And that's the end of my news. Prince from Ojo Alaba, thank you. We have here on Facebook, Patrick Obiazo. Why is it difficult for the president to remove Mele Kyari and Mahmoud Yakubu, the two clear that have led down the economy and political progress of Nigeria, as he quickly did to Emefiele and others? It seems that there appears to be some powerful regional interest in Nigeria that is threatening the future electoral support for the president, using these two gentlemen as their bait or joker. It is curious that the petroleum minister is clear-footed to remove the head of the NNPC, despite the clear evidence of ineptitude. He's clearly not in charge. And that's Patrick Obiazo sharing that one. I also have here on Facebook, the presidential candidate of SDP in last general election, Adewale Adebayo, has said it, that Tinubu is out for business in expense of Nigerians and have no interest in making Nigeria better, and it is crystal clear. So if you want to cry and shout from thy kingdom come, petrol price will continue to jump. Chika Bende from Trade Fair on Facebook sharing that one. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm well,
Fine,
thank you.
morning.
Mr. President, if God can pass through this nation, well, I believe Mr. President is not unaware that all economic activities have been paralyzed and there is hunger and hunger in the increase fuel 4 times during his 8 years. But Mr. Tinubu is increasing fuel within a year, is increasing it more than 4 times. So if they don't have anything to offer, I believe they'll be taken care of by God. He has nothing to offer. We have entered one chance. We want people of integrity. There are people that have the fear of God, not this kind of person that is parading himself as president of Nigeria. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, and God bless you as well. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
Fouad, good morning.
Good morning, Don Peters.
Yes, my name is Don Peters. Fouad, I respect you a lot. You are a very detailed journalist. But I want to ask you a question. Can you get or tell me the direction of where we are as a people in Nigeria now?
There's no direction now. It's direction of suffering and pain. That's the simple answer. Like, I've said it several times. Where are we going? I don't know too.
Honestly speaking, because I'm confused. I've sat down with my people to analyze where we are and where we are going. We cannot see any headway. We are told that this man is a very courageous leader. He's taking decisions. He's taking tough decisions. But the tough decisions are taking people into poverty. The tough decisions are taking people out of business. The tough decisions is sinking Nigerians, the middle class, into poverty. And we are saying he's a courageous leader. He's taking decisions. He's a master strategist. I'm not seeing anything for crying out loud here. And we say, God forbid, that this thing will continue to 2027. But from the look of things, there is no end of it in sight. Honestly speaking, there is no end of it in sight. In other places, people go into power to make name. But here in Nigeria, people go into power to make money. In other countries, people go into offices to make sure that then you know who I am. I can delete you. I can do this. Look at what is going on. It's funny, but it's not funny for crying out loud. Not only that good, every one of us is lamenting for crying out.
Right. Thank you very much.
Naira, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Samuel calling from Ikeja. This president. I said this president, he has no destination. fee and told everybody times, have we ever questioned the pen to produce a one that is handling our fees? What? You've been shouting on this platform. How many times? He failed to even let them continue.
I appreciate you. That is not serious. If they want to compete with Dangote, not sincere with Nigerians, the price of oil should come. The Nigerians are enjoying. It's okay. Moving on from, we'll never allow our refineries to function. Nigerians, that fuel price is 15 naira per liter, and I will single-handedly hold I'm encouraged. To 650, that before December Nigerians will likely buy, until he's forced to tell us what exactly is going on between them in the morning yesterday when he asked about buying full bag of rice. So you can see what the president, and that's all we can take for this morning on Mainland Focus.
You know, you blame in the land. He's afraid to, family people calling for help one day come up with things. We want to see the commitment from him. He has to commit to it. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. You should see the commitment first.
And then we now begin to see.
Important. It is struggling time.
Not even a president that does not have the capacity to move around the country. He doesn't even have to move around, really.
No, please. He moves around.
I think that people like Bayo are not Nigerians.
Empathy as well. That's a wrap for today on Mainland Focus. Thank you for staying with us. But of course, today, Achibong, and by 4 p.m, Sage Babalola will be in the Situation Room. So please stay tuned. But before then, amazing programs all.